Hey everyone, Vanessa here with Visalia Talks, your local talk show that brings you everything you need to know about what's going on right here in your community. Today I've got a treat for you guys. I've got John with JSingh Music Studio. How are you, John?
Doing great. How are you, Vanessa?
I'm so good. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming to our studio this time. It's going to be a treat. We're going to have a special performance for you guys, a special lesson. Now, JSingh Music Studio. So you're teaching music and then also dance, right?
Yes. I went to school for music, and so I do lessons in piano, voice, and guitar. And then I also I've spent a lot of time learning how to do dance, in particular the Latin dances.
Yeah. Why the Latin dances? What brings you in particularly to that?
Well, quick story. When I was teaching high school, I was a high school marching band teacher back in El Centro back in the day. A long time ago, I dated myself. And one of the high school counselors invited me down to Mexicali to go check out a Latin band. And I went down there, saw the guys in their white suits and the trumpets and everything, and the whole dance floor was packed. And I said, I gotta learn this. So I started taking lessons. Long story short is they were doing the cellar door here for a while, and then they stopped doing it. So I said, you know what, I want to start, offering lessons for our community here in Visalia. There's a lot of people that like to dance, and they just need a place to do it.
Absolutely. We all love to dance. And if we can learn how to do it, that makes it a little bit better, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. So how long have you been doing the lessons here in Visalia?
I started about 2 years ago.
Nice.
And the funny story about that was I didn't know if anybody was going to show up, and I think my very first lesson I advertised it, nobody did show up.
Oh. Hey, you got to start somewhere, right?
I was doing it in Hanford, and I was like all prepared for this lesson, and nobody came. And I was like, oh, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But slowly but surely, my name got out, and then I started getting students coming to my classes. And then I started doing like socials at the Grange Hall, and just kind of slowly building my clients and all the dancers, and then the cellar door hit, and then I started the Evergreen, so it's growing. And
so cellar door, you're giving lessons, and at the Evergreen, that's in Tulare, right?
Yes.
Evergreen Islands?
Yes.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so when can they find you at the cellar door or
so
Evergreen?
this month we're doing, the Evergreen is going to be our next event, which is on June 20th. It's next Friday.
Okay.
It's at 7 p.m. The doors open. We're going to do a dance lesson at 7:30. We have a DJ there. We have a no-host bar. There will be a food truck. It's a beautiful outdoor wedding
really
venue. So, take your date, take a partner, or you don't have to have a partner. You can come solo
Come with your
too.
friends.
Yeah, come with your friends.
Come with your friends. Grab your girls and go out for a good time. That's really what you're going to want to do.
Yeah. And for a lot of ladies, they say, oh, I don't have a partner. There's a lot of guys that know how to dance. They come from Bakersfield, from Fresno, from Visalia, and they will be more than happy to dance with you on the floor and show you a good time.
Yeah, it's all just a good time.
Yeah.
It's all just, let's just dance.
Yeah, that's what it's about. We're not about, picking up on people or whatever. This is a community of dancers. It's a little bit different vibe than a bump and grind type of deal.
No, for sure.
This is a higher class kind of a deal where you learn how to dance, and you could take that skill anywhere you go to, like quinceañeras or weddings. It's just a very valuable skill for both men and women to learn.
Absolutely. You go there, you learn some salsa, and now when you go to the other types of dancing places where it's not so structured, at least you got a little bit of the rhythm now.
Yes.
That you could take along with you.
Right.
Yeah. So you also do music lessons.
Yes. So like I said, I went to school for music, studied choral conducting, so I've directed choirs. Nice. But I've started, what I found very successful is the piano lessons that I do, and the voice lessons. So I have several students already. We do recitals a couple times of the year.
Oh.
And I really teach the students with quality instruction, so they develop their skills. I've had students before my son was born, so over 7 years I've been teaching them. And they enter competitions and festivals, and they've done well.
For piano?
Yeah, and voice.
All of it?
Yeah,
nice.
Piano, voice, and guitar.
I love that. I love it. How can they get a hold of you if they want to put their kids or themselves into lessons?
Yeah, so if you can call me on my phone number. I also have Facebook, JSingh, or JSingh Music Studio on Instagram. So those are ways you can kind of see what I do and get a hold of me. I do have limited spaces for the lessons. Summertime's a good time to get started. People take vacations. So if you want to try out the lessons, you're more than welcome to do that. Just need a piano at home, a keyboard to practice on, or an instrument.
So if you're taking piano lessons, it's okay to have a keyboard? Same thing?
Yeah. I always, people always ask me, what kind of keyboard do I need? You don't need to buy a fancy, expensive keyboard, one that's relatively inexpensive just to start and see if your child's interested in it. And
to make sure they're going to want to stick in it?
Yeah, I mostly do children, but there are adults that have expressed interest in lessons too, and I've taught them as well, so I teach all ages.
Nice. When did you start getting your musical background? When did you fall in love with music and want to take classes and all of that? Is that since childhood?
Kind of. Like when I was about 13, my mom had bought this keyboard at home, a little small keyboard, but it was an expensive one. It was like a Technics. My Uncle Bob came from the East Coast to visit the family, and he played.
Good old Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bob, yeah. So he was playing the ivory off those keys, and I was like, Mom, why did you buy this expensive keyboard, when he's going to leave in a few weeks?
So he bought it, he was visiting, so she bought it?
Yeah, just so he can play on it and have fun while he was here. And he left. I'm like, I think that thing's pretty cool. Let me play around with it. And then
look at that.
I was at the church, and then the organist lady, Donna Smith was her name, bless her heart, she passed away, but she gave me free lessons when I was a teenager.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So.
Look at that. And now look at you.
Yeah.
Created a whole prodigy.
Yeah.
A music prodigy here. And now you're continuing it. You're, what is it called? You're paying it forward now.
Paying it forward, yes. I love, that's one thing about me is my passion is to pass along my gifts and talents to the younger generation and to our local community. And it's to see them, have the love of music that I have, or dance. I mean, that's kind of what makes me happy.
The dancing and the music, it's all like one thing. It all comes together, right? The music needs dancing, and the dancing needs the music. So
yeah, a funny story. When I was in college, I went to a Christian college where they didn't allow dancing. Down in Point Loma was in San Diego, and my older brother, he was kind of a businessman, fun guy to go hang out with. He took us out downtown San Diego with my girlfriend at the time, and we went to a nightclub to dance. And he gave me a few Mai Tais, slipped them in, I didn't even know. So I got loosened up and I started dancing the night away, and I did not know how to dance. I was not very coordinated. Okay. So he called me Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
Yeah, so that was kind of a funny story about me not knowing how to dance. So
now you're teaching.
Yeah, and so a lot of people, they say, I don't have any dance experience, and I basically teach them from the scratch. From the ground up, yeah.
So what got you into dancing? From going from not dancing at all, and now you're a dancing instructor. I see where the music came from, but where did the dancing come from?
Yeah, so the music thing, I've always enjoyed the music, but I also like to go hang out with people, like socialize. And when I discovered salsa dancing, it was a very social thing. You go to the classes, you meet people, you rotate.
And so you were started with going to the classes.
Well, as I mentioned, I went down to Mexicali with my friend, and I did not know how to dance. Everybody else did. I felt very uncomfortable, but at the same time was interested.
And still having fun, I bet.
Yes. Yeah, and then so I remember Alfonso was a guy down there in El Centro. He was my very first salsa instructor, and he was doing lessons at the community center there, a small little podunk town in El Centro, less than 40,000 people. And I just started taking lessons every week with him, and I got hooked on it. And then, once you start taking lessons, you want to go find the nightclub where they offer
where do they do those types of dancing?
Yeah, and then you go, like, I remember specifically going down to San Diego to the Hotel Marriott and watching these ladies that were in dance studios, and these guys dance professionally, spinning multiple times, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And I was so embarrassed to even ask those women to dance. But I did a couple times, just to get out of my comfort zone. And then when I moved to Fresno is when I started taking lessons from Pete Swingle up in Pete and Carmen's Salsa Dance Academy. And that's where I started learning a lot and doing dance teams and stuff like that.
Nice. Look at that. Picked it up, and now he's picking up the ladies and swinging and twirling them around. And I'm excited. I get to get a twirl in today. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So, okay, we've got the 20th at Evergreen Islands coming up, and then cellar doors here and there. So we're definitely going to have to bring you on back when to announce those upcoming things. I definitely want to take my cameras into these salsa lessons that you're having. So you guys will definitely be having a treat seeing that as well.
One more. I forgot to mention my actual classes where I teach them.
Absolutely.
Is at the West Visalia Grange Hall on Sundays, and that's every Sunday. And I structure it. 6:15 I do a level 1 lesson, and then 7:15 I do a level 2. So the level 1 is for people that have no experience.
Come and learn how to do this.
Yeah, come and learn how to do it. No partner required. It's a nice wood dance floor. There is construction, but right now outside there, so you have to kind of maneuver around the barriers. But I do that every Sunday, and there's class packaging. It's very inexpensive, and we have a good group of dancers that come. And then level 2 is for people that already have some dancing under their belt and want to progress their skills a little bit more.
So do they typically sometimes stay for level 1 or go for level 1 and stay for level 2?
Yes.
Or yeah.
Yes, I have dancers that stay for both. They get a taste of the level 1. They're like, I want to try the level 2.
Stick around. They're still having fun.
And I encourage it. I encourage them to challenge themselves and also to practice. Like, I think the big thing, my partner and I, we go home and we practice. We put the work into it, and it's like riding a bike. It's a muscle memory thing. You got to do it, frequently. Otherwise, you kind of forget it.
Yeah, and it's like having to learn all over again at each lesson. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so where did you say it was that the
West Visalia Grange off of Shirk, just north of the 198.
Perfect.
On the west side. It looks like a little church hall.
And those are your every Sunday you're doing lessons?
Yeah.
So you've got every Sunday lessons right there on Shirk.
At the Grange Hall, yeah.
At the Grange Hall, and then that's separate from your dancing events, which are also lessons and dancing.
Yeah, I always give like a complimentary beginner lesson before the social dancing. So we start out with the lesson. People get drinks, get comfortable, and then after we're done with the lesson, then that's when the DJ runs the mix.
And it's just a salsa party.
Yeah, and
better grab your chips.
Chips and salsa, that's right. And the fun part about that, like I mentioned before, is that everybody dances with everybody. And
it's what they're there for.
Yeah, and
they're there to get that salsa dancing.
Yeah, and if you're a couple and you don't feel comfortable rotating, that's fine too. You can come bring your lady and just have a good time.
Guys.
True, yeah, and then like I said, it's just the dance, and the reason why we're all there is to enjoy each other's company, socialize, and grow our dance community.
I love it. I absolutely love it, guys. So you can check them out every Sunday. And then check out their events, the salsa events. Is there and then the music lessons. If you want to have a music lesson, give them a call. Is there anything else you want to throw out to the community before we let you go?
I also do, charity events. I've done El Grito. That's in September. I've done events for Century 21.
Yes, so if you have an event coming up and you want to bring in something fun for your people, maybe get them excited, and maybe before the social, whatever it is, have them come in and do a salsa lesson. He's been doing that for events and for corporate events and stuff like that. Yeah.
And last year, one other thing I didn't mention, but last year I did about 3 or 4 quinceañeras and wedding choreographies for dances.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have an event and for quinceañera and you want your, what do they call them? The group.
The waltz
the
dance.
The
party. The
chambelanes.
Yeah, like the couples. What are they called?
It's the waltz.
That's what the dance is called.
Yeah, I've done that.
Your party, your wedding party, or like what is it?
There's a name for it.
They're called. I know
it's escaping my mind right now.
The people who are dancing with you.
Yeah, your dance party, your dance company.
The couples.
Yes.
Someone knows what they're called.
We're struggling today. It's Saturday morning. So I've done those, and I've taken choreographed dances for teenagers, and I had a good time doing that. It was fun.
I bet. I was gonna say, I bet that's fun. Yeah. Love it. So if you have a quinceañera or a wedding coming up too, make sure that you give him a call so he can choreograph your first dance or your surprise dance. A lot of the weddings have surprise dances. The quinceañeras, they have the surprise dances mixed in with the waltzes, and so it's a lot of fun. So give him a call. Do you want to throw your phone number out there?
Yeah, my phone number is 559-930-3285. 5690. And again, my name is John Singh with JSingh Music Studio.
Perfect. Thank you so much for coming in, John. I look forward to checking out your classes and hanging out. We're going to be hanging out, guys. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, you didn't think I was going to let you go just like that. Now, when I said we had a treat for you, it's right here. We're going to do a little bit of a lesson, a little teaser on what he's going to show you when you go out to his events. And then we've got a little treat for you for sure.
That's right.
Take it away.
Vanessa está lista para bailar.
Ooh!
5, 6, 7, basic. 1, 2, 3. So you want to keep those shoulders still, moving those hips. 1, 2, 3. We're going to do a left turn and step around and tap. 5, 6, 7, basic. Left turn again and go. Step around. 5, 6, 7, and 1.
Ooh, and this is what you can learn too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Do a little in place basic and nice.
See you guys.
Come take classes.
Check it out.